Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to the second installment of Devans Week in Review. I'm halfway through where I thought I would have had to have walked to try and find some quiet. Get a nice little walk in today. A little bit of sunshine. Share some things with y'all. It's Monday, so I didn't get my week in review done on the weekend. Busy boy, as you all know. So, first thing I want to go over this week is a little side project I've been taking on, having fun with. Something I learned about is cast iron pans. Who would have guessed? I did a fair bit of research on what was the healthiest non-stick pan that you could find out there. And, there's so much like, oh, well, this is the healthy one. You're not really going to find a healthy non-stick pan, like, in terms of cancer or whatever. Like, the idea's out there, and I mean, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, is what they say. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt too much to have a, nice healthy pan. So, whatever. I mean, the 3M conspiracy of back when non-stick Teflon was invented, and the plant that they were making the Teflon out of, the non-stick coating, FPOA is like one of the chemicals or something like that. They were dumping their chemicals down the river and giving everybody cancer, and that killed somebody. So eventually somebody made a documentary about it. But point being is, cast iron pans are actually a non-stick type of pan that's actually like healthy in a way. So just a little background info. Cast iron pans, they don't make them the way that they used to. So if you buy one brand new, it's going to have something on it called seasoning, which is a really rough texture. And they used to sell them to you smooth, right? And now they don't anymore. So you have to basically get rid of that seasoning yourself. You have to like sand it off or grind it off. I'm going to use sandpaper. A mixture of things. It's gonna be fun. But if you want a brand new one, or if you want to buy one, your best bet is just gonna be to go to a second use store, something like that, and then just get one that way. It's a lot easier, a lot simpler, because it'll be smooth. You don't have to sand it or anything like that. I'm sure you can find one. So that's fun. So to season it, the consensus is in the cast iron pan community, because there's a whole community around it, is flaxseed oil. You bake it 500 degrees. After putting the tiniest, you basically cover the pan in oil, and then after that you wipe all the oil off that you can. I'm outside, so bear with me any noise that we run into. I will have to overcome that noise or edit past it. I'm not too sure. We'll see. It's like the noisiest day in the neighborhood ever, apparently, when Devin wants to record a video. But anyways, the cicadas just cannot help themselves either. So you're gonna bake that pan with the oil on it. It's gonna put it past the smoke point, and there's basically gonna be a remnant of the fat protein, or the fats on there. Somehow that makes some type of non-stick coating. But it's if you're deficient in iron, like women, it's a good source of iron too. So anyways, all that to say is the cast iron pan saga, the era is upon us. I recommend it, obviously. I'm all involved. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and shoot me a question. I will help you out with that. Related to food, number 2 is my beautiful wife Karima. God bless me with. She's gotten into charcuterie boards. She's gotten into them the last like 2 or 3 weeks. It's something I recommend, along with cast iron pans. It's like a healthy snack, and it's like, I don't know, it's fun. We did some pretzels, like some yogurt covered pretzels, which is like the worst thing on there. Shouldn't have led with that, but you know, grapes, you can put nuts on there, some cheeses. We do the honey goat cheese from Publix with the fig spread, and crackers. You got to find a good cracker. You're gonna have to deal with that. So, but anyways, I'll post a picture on there. Charcuterie board for the win, dude. It's fantastic. All right. So now we're going deep. We're going deep like a Drake song. Something I just want to touch on. Not even touch on. I want to talk about it, man. Like, obviously, it's one of those topics that's like, to each their own, and everybody makes it work in their own way. And what the heck do I know? Which is something that I'll like touch on probably every video, is how much I think I know, but I know I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, my opinion on relationships. Here we go. Soul ties, man. Like, my dad always told me growing up, always stay friends with everybody. When we would talk about dating, and like, it took me the longest time to realize what he meant by that. Was like, when you get in a relationship, yeah, you guys are good. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy. Everybody likes seeing you in a relationship. You guys are happy together, and boom, you break up. For whatever reason. Why'd you break up? Good question. Anyways, somebody might be hurt coming out of the relationship, and you want to avoid that at all cost. So the same thing can happen, you know, with adult relationships. But the thing is, with adult relationships, we like to add a lot more we put a lot more at stake in our relationships. Freaking the sexual relationship side of things, like the whatever you want to call it, like, you know, it just adds a whole nother element to it. You add freaking babies, you add money to the mix. There's so many things that you can add to a relationship to make it more a part of your life. And there's a concept in Christianity of like a soul tie. So basically, anytime that you have intercourse with somebody, your soul is connected to that person for the rest of your life. You have sex with too many people, think about that. Maybe you might lose your soul someday. That's something just to put out there. But the point is like, it's the idea that once you go that, you're that intimate with someone, that you're always going to have a bond. And I mean, practically speaking, like, once you're that intimate with somebody, if you see them like at the store, just you and them, there's going to be something there, right? Especially if you see that person there at the store with the person that you're in a relationship with, or the person that they're in a relationship, or both. There's just a certain level of like, something happened there. It's obvious. So it's like, I feel like, you know, the whole trope of like wait till marriage is to protect communities from that damage, or that, like, not the damage per se. I mean, sometimes it can be a healthy relationship. You guys both get out of it happy, nobody's hurt, everybody goes on. That's like freaking 1%, dude. That's so rare. So what I'm saying is like, I don't feel like our culture respects the sacredness of a relationship. And I think that really, really, really affects us. And I know we evolve in and out of like, culturally speaking, like you think Greek culture and stuff like that, Roman culture of like everybody's super open sexually and liberal and blah blah blah, and then you think of like super like puritanical, like conservative, societies, and I think that we're heading in a liberal direction, and maybe that's why I'm more conservative about it. I don't know, I tend to be more of a contrarian on things, but man, I see so much hurt in my generation, in my culture, from people that don't respect the sacredness of relationships and soul ties and the sacredness of the relationships. I mean, that's such a big thing. That's such a big deal. Like, just like the idea of like a side chick or all the baby daddy and baby mama culture. And I know that's always happened, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm in that age where that's all happening around me. And it's challenging to see. It's rough. It's rough. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Hey, boss. Have healthy relationships. Good grief. Let's see. Alright, so something I posted up on my Facebook this week, something that I need to remind myself of, and you guys might need to be reminded of, is staying positive, staying out of the drama, staying away from the drama. And of course, like, I'm all about making things better and criticism and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, we're going through a tough time in the world. We're maybe on the brink of a recession economically. I mean, stimulus from the Fed. I mean, without that, we would definitely be in a recession, but who knows what'll happen there if we have some inflation or... anyways, another topic, but being positive, man, I had to remind myself, like, I had to pull away from influences on social media and just stuff like that, just to be more positive, not share things that are like just not even negative. Like I don't ever share anything negative really, for the most part, but I don't know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Like, sometimes it's good to be in that state of mind. Sometimes it's good to just take a break from criticism and opinions and things that aren't positive. I don't know. It's hard. And then, I mean, on the opposite side of that, just enough with the negativity, man. Like, enough. When is enough? Enough. So, that's hilarious. While I say that, my next topic is literally like kind of a criticism and opinion of just something that I've seen. So kind of goes back to community, kind of goes back to culture, goes back to relationships, but just something I'm aware of and I've been seeing a lot lately, and something that I am thinking about. I might have my own martial arts gym someday. And there's a lot of things that you have to think about before you do that, before that happens. It's a lot of things you want to consider. The culture, I don't know, the aura, the spirit of a place. I don't know what you call that, feng shui, whatever you want to say it is. But it's an important thing to consider. What ideals do you want to represent? What's your brand, so to speak? And like, I'm particularly speaking about martial arts here, right? Like, me and Cream are watching the show Kingdom right now on Netflix. It's all about MMA, like fight culture, kind of in California. It's specific to California. I mean, it's similar in a lot of places, but it's different everywhere. But all throughout combat sports history, like, you know, it's typically not the people who are financially well off that end up being fighters. Typically it's, you know, the poor, the disenfranchised, the poverty stricken, whatever. Those are the people who end up being fighters. And along with that, can be trouble. So what I mean is like martial arts, learning martial arts, like having your hands registered as a deadly weapon, you know, signing that. No, I'm kidding. That's not a real thing. We all heard that as kids. It's not a real thing at all. But there's truth to that idea. Is like it's a responsibility. And you know, going around like, I would rather not train. I would rather not have a martial arts career than be forced to train with people that I think are dangerous or that can be dangerous, and I especially don't want to train those people. You know, you see somebody's true colors when they're training martial arts. It's obvious. You know, the person who comes in and they're nice and they shake your hand and you start moving around with them and they're delicate, and then as soon as you let up and give them any advantage, they pounce and they try and take advantage of that because they know they don't know as much as you, or they see an opportunity to try and get a leg up, and that speaks volumes to a person's character. It's subtle, right? Like, I'm not saying like I'm gonna judge the person completely, entirely their character that one moment, but it's like, it's something to think about. It's not insignificant. So with that being said, just tainted gyms and all the harm that can cause. So I'm doing my best here to avoid specific scenarios and situations that I've seen, but I mean, I'll just leave it at this, that like jiu-jitsu is like, to get a black belt is like 10 to 15 years on average, and that's what it should take. Oh man, I could just keep going on like how karate has been like watered down because people can get black belts when originally it took somebody in Japan, or that's karate, but, or no, yeah, karate I think, and then taekwondo is Korea. But anyways, it took them 10 to 15 years to get a black belt there. And now it takes a year to get a black belt. So anyways, all that being said is a lot of things are built, and a lot of relationships are built over that 10 to 15 years. And people invest a lot of their time, a lot of their effort, a lot of their relationships, their bodies, so on and so forth. And martial arts, when done in a pure way, just like anything, it can build such a powerful foundation for things to happen from, and lives to be changed. And when that purity is taken advantage of, when that opportunity is taken advantage of, and that environment becomes tainted with people who are there to not purely learn and train from martial arts, that's like, man, when you get somebody in there who wants to hurt people, or when you get somebody in there who isn't there to become a martial artist, bad things can happen. Really, people can get hurt. You know, it's rough. So I just wanted to touch on that, of like tainted gyms, and like, if you want to come train with me, you better get your mind right, and you better think about what kind of martial artist you want to become, because if you don't come correct, I won't train you, I won't teach you. You know, there's 3 things you can choose: how hard you're going to work, who you're going to train with, and who you're going to learn from. And I'm not going to teach anybody that I think is going to use what I want to teach them. for, you know, lack of a better word, evil. Like, dude, if I have any hint of a suspicion, I'd rather not train. I just, man. So anyways, you can see examples of people who have put years of their life into a culture, a gym, whatever, and just all the cascade of effects that happen when that becomes tainted by people who take advantage of what happened there. Again, I'm not going to go into specifics, but it can become ugly. So the last thing I just want to touch on is just my friend Rob. He is moving back to Russia from here, obviously, and I trained with Rob. I taught Rob. He did karate for a week or two growing up, like everybody, and that was his martial arts background. But I essentially was Rob's main coach for grappling over the past year, and I've had a few people. We're about to go past a busy road, so we're gonna pause. Okay, and we are back. I like a little background noise sometimes. It can make just listening to me, a little more entertaining. But anyway, so training Rob. Training with Rob has been a blessing. I'm not, I've never really been in a position where I have a structured setup gym. I don't have the best setup. I've been doing this for 5 years, supposed to, people who have been doing it for 10, and, I put my heart and soul into it, and I'm a super nerd, and I wouldn't offer to teach people if I didn't know that I wasn't putting my heart and soul into it and all that. But because I am, I was gonna say I don't have, a huge school or anything like that. I have never really set myself up like that to really open up a school per se, and that's in the mix. But right now we're not there. So all that to say is Rob has been with me for a year and a few months, and it's been a huge blessing to be able to see the work that I put in be reflected from another person, and to understand how to teach, how to train, how to share with people, how other people can learn, how other people can contribute their own ideas, how their perspective can help you appreciate what to teach and how to teach better. And it's just been a huge blessing, and I've really built up a awesome relationship with Rob, and I'm really excited for him and his future, everything that he has going on moving forward. And doesn't really seem like he knows, or if you're listening to this, Rob, but how long he's going to be out there. And I respect him for that, because I like that he's willing to see what opportunities arise, what cards are dealt to him where he is out there. We got a lizard fight going on here. Oh snap, oh snap. We got a mount. Oh, we got a leg. Oh, nice hip escape, buddy. I don't mean to try you. War going on out here, jeez. Welcome to Florida. But anyways, Rob is seeing what cards open up for him in Russia, and I'm excited for him for that, and I respect him seeing all the opportunities that he might have. Man, you can only play your cards, dude. Hello. Doing good. You can only play your cards, so If you have more cards, then that's better. Have more cards. Double up the deck, baby. It's just all too often we have it in our minds what we want and what we think we can do, and sometimes just not in the cards, and that's okay. So I'm all for opening up the cards. With that being said, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've covered all the topics. My neck is hurt. I got spiked on my head a little bit in training, which is delightful. So I'm going through recovering from that. I'll be fine. I'm not too bad. I'm a little stiff, but I'll be back. It'll take a few days. Keep it moving, you know? Keep the blood flowing. Do what you can. That's a journey. Butcher's block stretch for your neck. If you have any kyphosis, if you hang your head forward because you type on a computer, Butcher's block stretch can be a really good stretch for your upper back to help you pull your neck back, and it's been a good one for me. All grapplers stretch regularly. Take care of your body, man. I would rather have my body and my movement than martial arts. That's what comes first. Priorities, people. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I got. So I guess I'll see you next week. If there's anything you want me to touch on, let me know. I love you guys. This will be a blast from the past someday in the future, maybe for my kids. So yeah, I don't know. Hope all is well with everybody. God bless you guys. If you guys need anything prayed for, just let me know. If you made it to the end of this, let me know. That would be kind of cool to know. Yeah, that's all I got. Be well.